Have you ever wanted to get insane results for your clients, increase client retention, but at the same time have complete time freedom? If so, continue watching this video. Hey guys, how's it going? Bradley Riley here, creator and founder of the Social Media Marketing Academy program. And in this video today, I'm gonna be teaching you about building your social media marketing agency team and exactly what I've learned about team building running my six-figure SMMA. Now, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, and let's get into it. So in this video today, I have 5 tips for you when it comes to building your team. And tip 1 is very, very simple, and it's just to understand that if you plan to scale your business, now this doesn't even have to be an SMMA, this is any business, but if you want to scale, you cannot by any means be doing all of the fulfillment work yourself. You cannot be the one doing the service delivery, because even if you're charging 6 grand a client, eventually you are going to hit a glass ceiling because you're swapping time for money. If you're the one that's physically going in every single day, running your clients' ads, making the social media posts, designing Instagram story highlights, if you're doing this all yourself, you are really going to struggle to scale past that 6-figure mark and beyond, okay? So step 1 is very, very simple. Just understand you have to have a team in place and you cannot be doing the fulfillment work yourself if you plan to scale. So the second key tip for you today is to train your team, okay? I know so many people who are really scared to train their team because they are worried that they're gonna spend all this time and money training their team and they're gonna run off and work for another agency or go and do it themselves and this, that, and the other. In all honesty, that is really just being small-minded. You're not looking at the bigger picture, and you're also not helping your team reach their maximum potential. Trust me with this, okay? I've trained a lot of my team members, and if you can find somebody who is really passionate, really driven, but maybe has 50% skill right now. Let's use something like Facebook ads. Let's say they know how to set up a traffic and an engagement campaign, but they have no idea how to set up lookalike audiences, run retargeting, or any of that jazz. If you spend the time and effort to train that person, but that person is very driven, motivated, and willing to learn, you can mold them into probably one of your best employees. Rather than you could find somebody who has 80, 90, 100% skill. They know everything about Facebook ads, but they don't care about your company. They don't really put the effort in. They're not willing to learn anymore. Yes, for the first month, they may get better results. But again, that's thinking short term, okay? So please just understand, you have to train your team. Allow them to have creative control and help them hit their maximum potential, because in return, it's going to help you scale your business. Now, the third tip here when it comes to building your social media marketing agency team is to just be willing to give up control. This is the hardest thing for so many entrepreneurs. I can relate to this so much because the first 12 months of my business, kind of like 9 to 12 months, I did all of the work myself. And it wasn't even just because I didn't know how to hire a team. I mean, those were obviously factors, but the main reason is because I was just proud and I didn't think anybody could do the work as good as me, right? I was doing everything. I was wearing every single hat in my business. I was the accountant, I was the marketer, I was the social media manager, the Facebook advertiser, the salesperson, the lead gen person. I was doing everything. And again, it's just not sustainable. You need to be willing to give up control if you want to scale your company. It is as simple as that. And what you'll actually find is, believe it or not, you probably aren't the best at doing everything in your business. I understand you want things to be done your way. I understand you have a vision. That's fine. Back to step 2, train your team, help them see your vision, but please give up some control. And the chances are if you hire good people, they're gonna be 10 times better than you anyway. You're gonna have more free time, and therefore you're gonna be able to focus on scaling your business even more, okay? So step number 3, stop being a perfectionist, stop being so proud, and give up some goddamn control. So the fourth thing you need to understand when it comes to building a team is you need to implement a company culture and give your employees some bonuses or some incentives. Now, for the longest time in my business, it was essentially just that. It was a business, right? There was all these moving parts. I had employees, I had a team, but I didn't really have any company culture, okay? My business, my personal brand, my agency was kind of all separate, right? Then what I started to do is get my team, speak to them in person, implement structure, bonuses, incentives into my company, okay? Build a structure as to the fact we have weekly calls. Share the revenue goals with the team. Get everybody excited when we land new clients, okay? Have a real company culture, because what this is going to do, it's going to allow for everybody to be working at 100%. Right? Think about it, if you believe in something, you're passionate about something, you're gonna put more effort in. And it's the exact same way for your team, right? If your team member is, let's say, a Facebook advertiser, let's say they have 1 or 2 or 3 other agencies that they work with. But with your agency, you've got a special relationship, you've got some rapport, they get bonus incentives if you scale the agency, if you hit revenue targets. I guarantee you, they will put in more effort and they will enjoy working with your agency as opposed to anybody else's. And I can do a whole video, by the way, on the structure of my team, how I set up my team meetings, how I have bonus incentives implemented into my company. And if you would like to see a video on that, be sure to comment in the comment section down below. But again, just figure out something that makes sense for you, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to pay out thousands and thousands of dollars to your team if you close clients. But again, even something that's small, right? 10% of their salary. If you hit revenue targets, give them a 10% pay rise every single month that you hit revenue targets. 10%, again, if someone that's on 2K a month, that's a hefty little pay rise just for, again, putting in a little bit more effort, okay? So yeah, step 4 is to really build a company culture and implement some incentives. Now, the 5th and final thing to understand about building a team is that you are doing exactly that. You are building a team. You run a team. You are the head of a team, okay? You are not just landing a client and then outsourcing to some guys in another country, right? I hate the word outsourcing, right? I use it a lot because, again, it's a term that a lot of people are familiar with. It's kind of like a buzzword in the industry, right? Tim Ferriss uses it a lot. But I don't want you to get confused, because in my opinion, outsourcing is actually quite different to what we're doing. For me, outsourcing kind of shares the idea that you land the client and then you're just pushing that workload off onto somebody else. You're leaving them doing it. You're paying them a smaller percentage of the retainer, and then you sit back and do nothing. Now, whilst that is the case, right, sometimes I can sit back and do nothing in my business. I have systems and everything in place to take care of that. But I very much have a team. You know, think about it this way. If you close a client, and your client knows you have a team, and you have a team of experts, they're trained, and they hire your agency. That's business, right? That's completely normal. Now again, let's frame this slightly differently. Let's say you sit down and you speak to your client and you straight up tell them, oh yeah, just so you know, I'm actually outsourcing this to some guy in Brazil for like $500. What do you think they're gonna say? They're gonna refund the money, they're gonna not move forward with you, because they're gonna feel like they're being cheated, okay? So I know it sounds obvious to a lot of you, and you're probably thinking, Brad, that's just so obvious, but trust me, I've had so many people come to me and ask me questions in my DMs over emails about this, and they say, should I tell my client that I'm outsourcing? No, you shouldn't tell your client that you're outsourcing, because you're not. You have a team, you run an agency, you are not a freelancer. And obviously I speak about freelance websites all of the time and how I still use that to this day as my main client acquisition method. But don't get confused. Using freelance websites to generate leads for my agency is different than actually being a freelancer. So I just want to put that out there. Stop using the word outsourcing, okay? You're not outsourcing. You're building a team and you're automating the business in order to get the best results and allow you as the CEO to also, again, focus on closing more deals and scaling your business. Alright then guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Now, even though I've given you a ton of value in this video, if you feel like you still need some more direction, you still need help with exactly how to start your agency, how to scale your agency, how to land clients, what to say, how to onboard them, get results, so on and so forth, I do have a link to my training program down below called the Social Media Marketing Academy that has helped hundreds and hundreds of students go on to land clients, scale to 6 figures and build a life of their dreams. So if you're interested in learning more, check out the sales page down below. It's got over 400 lesson resources, 100 plus videos, and a bunch of video, audio, and PDF content. So take a look at that. That's linked down below. It'd be great to have you enrolled. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.